Hello Leo, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me and watching the content that I create. This is your, this is for January. That didn't come out quite as clear as it could do. January 2022, it's for the rest of January. So I'm recording this today and it is the what is today actually, the 12th I think, today, let me just double check, of what do you call it, oh geez, everything is like slowing down. You may have been having a few memory lapses or things just like, shifting around, and so I feel like things are moving quite quickly as well. So anyway, going back to that, January 2022. So today is Wednesday, the 12th of January 2022 that I am recording this. So I'm in New Zealand. So if you're overseas, it could, obviously it's going to be a slightly different day or time. So there's a lot of energy around me at the moment as I'm connecting into your space into doing this reading, and there is some background sounds out there, so it may be pertinent for you with what is going on in your life, or what has been at the moment with the sounds that are coming through. So there's a bit of traffic noise that you will hear, and there may be children in the background who are upset, or you may be upset about something to do with children, or or concerned as well, whatever that is. So sending the energy beings that are working with me today, my guides, of course, and also obviously the energy of Leo, and your guides will be popping in, so as well. So, but anyway, Spirit in general and the tarot and the oracle cards that I'm using will bring through messages. There are a lot of higher being energies here, light being energies who are working, have always been working with me, but they've come forth a lot clearer, a lot more messages coming in through for you. So you may be feeling a sense of change with you, and a sense of clarity with you about your sense of lightness, and as things are moving forward for you, or moving on in your life, moving on in your life, okay. And as you're going along, they're talking about, there's been a lot of discovery with these cards. So this is the Earth Oracle energy deck here that I'm using, just to start off. So they're doing like a mind, body, spirit and soul sort of a flow across there, with messages coming through from your guides, spirit in general, basically, and their light beings, and the all, as well. So you I'm not sure when they're going to come through with that, but generally that was the flow that we were going to. But on a soul level too, there are energies there that are coming through for you that will help, or messages that come through that help you understand why you are where you are, and how you are, and that sort of thing. So I don't normally go there with these readings, but this seems to be like a really sort of a healing, clearing sort of the readings here. So I did do your recording yesterday, but there's something that is like shifted already. So, and it's like and I've basically I've mucked that one up, so I've had to use again Leo today. So anyway, rediscovery. So there's something about rediscovering that whole chit chats there. So this is kind of where I feel like there is, there's this sense of, stop-start sort of energy, and, and maybe like trying to figure out which area you're in or dimension, because things are moving quite quickly and your thoughts are moving quite quickly. So they're just talking about slowing down, being in the moment with that one. So there's a rediscovery. So, and I'm just noticing here that this child, this and the person is like a young person, a child. So there may be some things about you that you are rediscovering, or discovering in you that you have maybe laid dormant. So which, for a while, and things are starting to come up where you're actually, I think I'm going to be utilizing that energy and those skills and that knowing in a part of your healing, or a part of something that you're doing in your life anyway. I've just noticed I'm a little bit crooked and facing everybody here, so I'm just going to keep those cards to a reasonable distance away from me. So these ones here, rediscovery, revision. So yep, so that makes sense. There's a bit of revision going back on there, or reflecting about improvements. Could be to do with yourself. It could be just with life in general. Could be, you know, around work or your, you know, or your business. But general revision, and you know, I hear like the word improving for this year going forward. So you know, this month in January is a really good time to review all that, and you know, and center. This is the center. This card has come up, and notice any patterns that are, you know, have been going on that you may be needing to, you know, to like review or revise, you know, through there. And you know, there's, like I say, there's this discovery that actually, you know, there may be these patterns that you've or cycles that you've been repeating, and it's like, okay, I think I need to like really work on that. So in the rediscovery here, I feel like for a lot of you, the World card has come up here. So you know, it may be that you're just realizing, and you know, again, and you know, on a different level, in a different phase of your life, that actually the world is, you know, the world is in my own hands, and how I look at it and view it and move into it, or move out of it, move around it, move through it, or whatever is going on with you. But there is something about, you know, there's that worldly you, I feel like, is that rediscover how worldly you are. And like I say, they're talking about, you know, originally in the beginning there, about all these facets of you, all these, you know, abilities that actually some, you know, that you are like rediscovering again, but also there's some that you are discovering, in the sense, you know, with the rediscovery, new things are coming out, like you're able to build on it. So there's that discovery in there. The Queen of Cups, and you know, she's in touch with her emotions, the Queen of Cups. So there's something going on there about, you know, it's like, you know, and maybe this has got to do with relationships, with this is, you know, and with yourself, but as with others, and you know, not just in, like, I want to say like marital type relationships, but relationships with your family, friends, and how you've moved through the world. And so there's something, and I feel like there's, like I say, there's something that with this word discovery that's come through there, that you, you know, uncovered maybe, and I'm hearing uncovered, like with this Queen of Cups here, like she's in a centered, calm space, emotionally, in her worldly self is where I'm hearing with that. It's like she's figured out, you know, for herself where she's going. So whether you're a male or a female energy, whatever gender, I feel like this could be you as well, Leo. So this is kind of like really there's something revision. I feel like there's maybe some sort of, I'm hearing the word breakthrough here for you. The Two of Pentacles here with this revision, it's maybe that you know, there's something that is shifting, and you're maybe seeing things, you know, trying to balance up things about where you're going, and figure out where you're in the world, you know, because this card here, like the world there is like, you know, it's the big ending of something, of this, like this discovery here, and allowing yourself to move forward into, you know, utilizing those, because the Two of Pentacles is here, you know. So there's something, you know, the beginning of something new, and it could be around your health, wealth, health and well-being, and your wealth, and or your family. Could be the whole kit and caboodle, not necessarily in one specific area. And for some of you it will be, and you know, somehow I feel like it will link in some way or form. So here we have these two that have fallen out. The Star uncenter, so they're centering yourself so you can, you know, see the light, basically. You know, the star, the light where that star is shining and guiding you, your guiding light. And I feel like, you know, putting yourself, but you are the guiding light, and you guide your way to where you need to go for you. And I'm hearing like, you know, this is like having that sense of hope and desire and inspiration in there. And, you know, there is this, you know, and being clear, you know, clearing all these other things out, but so you can have a clear view about what it is that where you're wanting to head towards, and how you want that to look, basically. But it's going to require you centering yourself. Here we have the, you know, the Four of Swords in, you know, in reverse. So I'm hearing like this is typically around, for me anyway, it's like, you know, taking a break. So with these patterns, so it may be that you just run yourself ragged, hit the wall, and then never get anything, and you know, or feel like you're not getting anything, achieving anything. Some of the, you know, and sometimes it may be that you don't achieve as much as what you want, or what you set out to do, because there may have been some thoughts, feelings, and decisions or indecisions that you've been creating, and that you've made or not made, and you know, out of it on an emotional basis. But I feel like, but this card here, like even now you're on or you set yourself on a new course. So it's but just not going back into old patterns again, and remembering that to rest, be still, center yourself. Each time when you're feeling a little bit frustrated, take a breath. And there are times that when things, there are times when things that maybe are feeling a little bit slowed down, like you're not getting anywhere, or something is maybe being held up, and generally there is good reason for that, and the universe is like in a way saying to you, you need to just slow down, have a break, recoup, gather your energy, so you can set off again with a clear mind, a clear conscience, a clear energy, clear all that sort of thing, and with a clear plan, or a clear sense of knowing of where your next steps are going to be. Because this Queen of Cups has come through here, and she's like, just like I say, she's got this contented space where there's a sense of achievement, and knowing that where she's heading to is all good, but she's more knowing, and more in control of her emotions, and that she's not going to let them get in the way of holding her back, or making decisions based on an emotional energy that is not of what that does not serve, basically, for the highest and greatest good. So then we have the Fool here, or the adventurer here, is going on a setting adventure. So I feel like whatever it is, it's like you're allowing yourself to go on another adventure after doing all this revising that's going on. And it's like, what did I feel like there's something about like recouping your energy, basically, so you can move forward. Okay, or move into the next adventure. And maybe you're seeing it more nowadays as an adventure as you go forward, because of what has been happening in the last 2 years, or the last year, last 3 years. I feel like something's clicked, and it's like, there's a sense of taking responsibility for your actions or your part in whatever has been going on, but there's definitely some movement and change. The Knight of Cups, see here, so it could be around relationships, or past relationships where some of you may have held yourself off from entering into another relationship, or entering into a new marriage, or another marriage, or even an engagement, or even letting somebody, entering into any sort of relationship, whether it be a business relationship, but I feel, also a love relationship, or maybe moving out of one. So, but it's, in order to, so you can, venture into something new. So there's something there where the Knight of Cups is taking, going on another adventure, or a new adventure. So, and then when I think about the Knight of Cups too, it could be not so much in a lover's way, or somebody's coming towards you, a love, or you could be that you're moving towards someone. The other side of that for me with the Knight of Cups is like he's successfully figured out something, or worked through something, which is, the Queen is after the Knight. So it's like, I've figured it out now. I'm kind of ready to move forward, and ready to move on, and knowing, what I've known and what I do know, and the healing that I've gone through, or allowed myself to look at within me, and the processing has like got me to a place where I'm actually feeling quite okay about moving in a certain direction. So in all certain directions, it's like I'm ready to take on whatever it is that I need to take on. I'm ready to just move, basically. And here we have this Knight of Cups here, is so he's like there's like a celebratory thing, a cheers, rear of the horse is rearing and going off in that way, not necessarily running. I feel like there's more of a canter there, but there's a sense of celebration and a realization, and that, because I feel like the biggest part here is like you've built understanding like this yourself, basically, about who you are, who you want to become, and some steps that maybe you've held off in wanting to create something, or build something, or move in a certain direction. But it's like I feel like there's a really much a deeper, but not just a deeper, but a clarity, and it's just so kind of light and uplifting, this energy that I'm feeling with that, of deeper sense of knowing, and acceptance, and clarity are the other words I'm getting with that. So yeah, and so here we have the Page of Cups too, here, Leo, as well. So there's setting off on a new adventure there as well, like looking forward, because he's really, he's facing the same way as this horse. So as the knight. So there's definitely an adventure that you're going on, or a journey that you're going on, as far as that seems to be a little bit more balanced, because I'm just noticing these seahorses there, like they're looking toward each other, but there's the sense of like balance, and looking at each other in the sense of, I don't know, the feeling is just like deeper sense of knowing of, I'm hearing like in freedom, because they're drawing me to the butterflies that are flying in, on this side here, but I'm hearing like the feminine side, but also the masculine side as well. So there's something on an energetic level there. It could be in a relationship, there could be more balance in a relationship with you, but that you're in, but also with yourself as well, and seeing actually, I'm ready for something new, and whether, but I'm just hearing too, even your intuition is probably heightened there, where there's a new sense of knowing, of trust within yourself, basically, because it's like, I feel like with this Knight of Wands, I feel I have more trust in going forward on this adventure. And here a lot of emotional stuff here, relationship stuff, I feel, but it's I feel also there's a lot around intuition, listening to your inner self, your inner guidance on it, and that all of that is really beautiful. So I'm just going to take a few cards just to bring it a bit more and clarify what is going on here for you. So when I do these readings, it's generally, I ask, for what does, with each sign is like what each sign needs to know for their highest and greatest good as, they're moving forward or moving along in their life, to offer them inspiration and guidance. Okay, and sometimes it's healing, and sometimes it's both. It's a mix of healing. So interesting, you've got a lot of swords here, so there's a lot of obviously mind stuff, decisions that are that may have been going on and still may be there, but I feel like on saying that this month is kind of like all about that, is like just like I say, you may already be working with this with yourself now, is like discovering, rediscovering, clarifying things for yourself and making some decisions, getting some stuff out of your head as to what it is you're wanting to build and become this year, but not only this year, but in the future years, and how you want that to look for you. So it means that you're going to have to like keep moving forward, and get out of your head to allow yourself to do that. The Seven of Swords talks about, a sense of, there's a turning point there where there may have been some deception that has altered your way of thinking, or that has, jumped in there and not so much altered, but yes, some of you, the word altered is pertinent, but also has been an influence is the word that I read about, in the way that you've been thinking about in the future, basically. But here, however, there's something, I feel like you understand what that deceit is now more about, in order to, make some clear decisions. Something has like come about, so you've actually seen what it is, or kind of know what it is, but the only thing really there is like there's a self-restriction in a way, because often in these other decks, there's the person or the female energy generally is wearing a blindfold. It's like trusting in you, basically, that wherever you go is, it's like connecting is, with your intuition, but trusting in yourself, and centering and focus. And you can revise back on other things, and it's good to reflect back in order to help make some decisions as to where you're going. But it's like, give it a shot, because these swords here, the only one that's holding you back is you. So they're talking about not holding yourself back. There's a lot of wisdom there. I'm just drawn to that owl above her head, and fly. Let yourself fly, and if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. It's, is it a mistake necessarily? So, there's that sort of thing. Give yourself a shot, basically, with this. And it could be, because I'm hearing decisions, indecision or decision making, but I'm also hearing, you know, which will kind of be, you know, when we're in that space, when we make decision, we empty our mind out and we go that way. We're very blessed and fortunate to have the opportunity and the ability to be able to choose again. Now, some things maybe, okay, well, you can't undo anything, but there are things there are solutions around it. And sometimes the solution is like, okay, I've made that decision. I can't do anything about it right now, but what can I do in order to mitigate the situation? And, you know, and then I can move on, or whatever it is. It may not even be thinking about mitigating. It's just, okay, that's what it is. And now what am I going to do with it? Am I going to let myself hold myself back because of that? Or am I going to move on and, you know, and find a way, you know, and listen to myself or whatever, or, you know, bring in all the information and make some decisions, you know, whatever that is, and being more in your power. So it's also about communicating well to yourself, but also to others. So the swords is, you know, also about, you know, following your truth and being honest to yourself or with yourself as well. So, yeah. Okay, because the King of Swords here, look, he's sitting in his throne. He's come to a place where he's feeling grounded and more knowing this, with this intelligence and this wisdom that is within him. He's a fair but firm sort of a player, as per se, or, you know, player, when I say is out there, you know, or business person, whether a business person or not, you know, in life in general. So I feel, and can be quite to the point in cutting and to the point. It may feel like it's cutting, but it's not necessarily. That's the way that he means to come across. But sometimes, you know, so this could be for you, or you doing that, or it could be for someone coming back to you and being like that. But I feel like this person, if it's you that's receiving some in communication from a person, not to take it to heart, because they're trying to bring out something in you that is laying dormant in there for you to discover, to be in that position of being in your power, as well as making clear, concise decisions, in communicating what it is that you're wanting and get to become, be given, or have in your life, but to become whatever it is that you want to become. You can do it, okay? And also, because I'm hearing like something about sticking to your guns with some of yours. And then we have the Chariot here to finish off with here. So the Chariot in this card, he, you know, there are reins there, and he does have a hold of the reins in this deck, in this card. Other decks, they don't, but he has. So, and the horses are moving, you know, they're moving, these horses, they're galloping, and they're moving quite quickly. So not always do they, you know, does the chariot cards, you know, depict this, but this, in this deck for you, something is moving, and it can move quite quickly. It depends on whether, or in a way, it's not like, I'm not hearing rush, but there's a sense of getting moving, getting some momentum moving in the moment. The more you take action, the more you make clear, decisive decisions, you know, and that's what, even just making a decision so you can find out the next point, the more your momentum that you will get. So, but basically what I'm hearing is like you are in control of your destiny, basically. Well, you are in control of the, you know, what you want to become, who you want to become, how you want to become, what it is that is coming, you know, for you, that you're building on for you. Wow. It's quite a powerful energy in here, because I see like he's got his staff there, and he's like, you know, and he's like strong in his balance, and he's holding on to that, you know, as if to say, you know, I'm in my power, is where I'm hearing that, and I know where I'm going. And he's holding the reins with one hand as well. So there's a sense of balance in, you know, in his determination is where I'm going with that. And but also that sense of balance, because to be standing there with horses galloping, it's really good. But he's grounded as well. So I'm picking, you know, there is something there that is, you know, maybe wanting to move with, and needing a bit of a zhuzh up there. So with lots of, I'm going to leave it there for you now, Leo. Anyway, all the amazing best. So this is kind of like this momentum building up for January 2022 for you. Is amazing, in getting you in gear for the rest of this year. It's like, okay, this is my plan. This is, you know, where not necessarily my goals, but where I'm wanting to head towards, and these are the outcomes that I'm looking to achieve in, you know, this year, next year, in the following years. And like I say, it's like putting forward what it is that you do want, your world, this world, or whatever it is. I'm thinking globally as well as in you know, personally as well. They're talking here is like what you want your world to look like, basically. Wow. So anyway, we'll leave it there, and please, you know, remember to, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and also drop me a comment and or a thumbs up if this resonates with you. Anyway, lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, prosperity and abundance as well. We shall leave you with, and God bless you. Bye for now.